Ever wondered how a city where the average home price could make your eyes water is still the golden ticket to retiring early? Let me tell you, as a realtor who's been in Vancouver's trenches for over 2 decades, the secret isn't just buying property, it's buying smart. I'll never forget my first client, Sarah. She walked into my office 20 years ago clutching a coffee stained notebook full of scribbled budgets, convinced she'd never afford a condo here. Fast forward to today, she owns three cash flowing units in New Westminster and just retired at 55. How? We tapped into neighborhoods everyone else overlooked back then, places like Coquitlam and Surrey, where prices hadn't skyrocketed yet, but the signs of growth were screaming at us. Here's the thing: Vancouver's market isn't just hot, it's a slow cooked investment feast. Even when headlines scream about dips, the long term graph, it's basically a stairway to equity heaven. Take Port Moody. 10 years ago, you could snag a townhouse there for less than half a million. Now, try doubling that. But here's where most folks trip up. They wait for the perfect moment. Newsflash: the perfect moment is now, just in a different postal code. Oh, and let's talk about leverage. One client of mine used the equity from his North Vancouver duplex to fund a commercial space in Langley. Now, his tenants pay both mortgages and his golf membership. It's like magic, except it's just basic math and a solid network of lenders who don't need a kidney as collateral. Tax perks? Don't get me started. Did you know 50% of your capital gains here are tax free? Or that you can deduct mortgage interest faster than you can say revenue property? But here's my favorite hack: buying a home with a legal suite. Live upstairs, rent the basement, and boom, your tenant's rent becomes your retirement fund. Surrey's exploding. Langley's got infrastructure popping up like daisies. In New Westminster, it's the quiet MVP of affordability meets growth. But here's the kicker: even with all this, only 4% of retirees end up financially free. Why? Because 96% never take the leap. So here's my question for you: do you want to be the person who says, I wish I'd bought back then, or the one sipping margaritas on a beach paid for by someone else's rent checks? If you want to read more about this topic, see the link in the description. Oh, and hit subscribe, or I'll have to start selling used cars instead of dream homes. Just kidding, mostly.